What's up, SNA Assassinators? This is Super Ninja Austin back here with another video. And this is the wrestling news on April the 25th for you all today. And today we're going to be talking about the wildest and intriguing wrestling news stories, rumors that you assassinators need to know from the, I'll say, the Sports Getter Wrestling article, including, uh, in- in- including, where to start off with? Including Paul Heyman ban following his recent actions. Yeah, and then we got Jade Cargill is going to forced to leave WWE because Triple H will give up, says veteran, and we got Jay Uso and Jacob Fatu were not the only bloodline family members to win, says Alpha Jr. And former WWE Tag Team Champions drop major tease for appearance on SmackDown, and Steve Austin right to reject a WrestleMania offer from a WWE legend, says, and reason there's backstage unhappiness in WWE over recent announcement, and much more. Please make sure to hit the subscribe button and the post notification bell for more of SNA's videos, and subscribe over to my other channel where I do animation and movie news, which I just recently dropped the animation news, which was yesterday, and that's on the SNA Entertainment. Link is in the description box below. But now let's get into the first news story, and that is Paul Heyman banned following his recent actions. It says right here, Paul Heyman has made himself public enemy number one, enemy number one following WrestleMania 41. Not only did he betray his best friend CM Punk, the WWE Hall of Famer stabbed his tribal chief in the back. He is no longer like Roman Reigns' wise man, instead leaving WrestleMania 41 alongside Seth Rollins. The two have begun a dangerous alliance, with their potential faction coming in fruition, on the WWE Raw after the show of shows, while Braun Breaker has joined Rollins and Heyman's faction. The latter has received a scathing message from Jimmy's famous seafood. The restaurant is a favorite among WWE wrestlers, which is why being banned by them is a big deal. And following night one of WrestleMania 41, the official X/Twitter handle of Jimmy's famous seafood announced that the former wise man of the tribal chief and longtime best friend of CM Punk, now the manager or the advocate or the wise man of Seth Rollins, has uh, has been announced that he was banned from the restaurant due to his betrayal of Roman Reigns. Man, they must be a massive tribal chief fan or something, or even the CM Punk fan, because like if because for getting banned for stabbing either man in the back, from a restaurant that pretty much probably dedicates them, it must be a big deal. Yeah, and this is what they write: for immediate release due to his contemptible actions last night, Mr. Paul Heyman, or should they say, Judas, which is AKA of, is hereby banned from both Jimmy's famous seafood of the island of relevancy. Okay, yeah, there definitely was a restaurant that's probably dedicated to Roman Reigns and his tribal chief work. But anyway, or his work as the tribal chief, let me rephrase that. But anyways, yeah, I would say maybe that definitely fits Paul Heyman's that fits his character because he did stab Roman Reigns in the back, like how Judas did to Jesus in the Bible, like with that kiss on the side of his face, which was a betrayal of just selling out on him and having him crucified. But that's gonna be for a different story for a different day because having I'm having some ideas to talk about stuff about the the Bible stories and everything of the Word of God here on my podcast very soon down the road. But anyways, while this would be unfortunate for Heyman, his attention this week is most likely towards his alliance, like with Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker. Who else will join like Paul Heyman's new faction? And a very interesting question that everybody's been asking. But before we get into that, what are your thoughts on to Paul Heyman being banned by this seafood restaurant? And do you think that he has every rights to be banned? I'll say, and when it comes to the storylines perspective, I would see why they're so they're so upset, and they made the decision of banning the former wise man of their favorite wrestler and tribal chief. But yeah, I believe everybody in the IWC will be cracking up, saying like, if it was in, if this was anything like from a reality standpoint of view, it would probably be kind of pity, but at the same time, like it does make sense why they should do that because it's a restaurant that's basically that have plenty of respect for the tribal chief to the point that they'll do anything. If anybody crosses him or messes with him, they're gonna get like a a ban for life, basically, like how Paul probably learned the hard way. And if there's any kind of preferential favorite dishes that he used to get from there, it seemed like he's no longer going to get that anymore because given the fact that he betrayed the OTC. But anyways, it says quite a few names have been thrown like around at, as a potential result, like for Paul Heyman, like in Seth Rollins's new group, and but who will join Braun Breaker and be led by the two legends? And very interesting questions. And it says right here that while not not the follower type at all, Becky Lynch could be a part of this group. Like she is, after all, married to the Visionary in real life. Like and like turned heel like on Raw. Meanwhile, like NXT's Nathan Frazier has hinted at joining his mentor and his wrestling teacher, of course, because he went to his wrestling school in Davenport, Iowa. But anyways, like if he does so, it will be interesting to see if this tag team partner Axiom follows him like to the dark side. The next few weeks, like on WWE Raw, look set to be must watch with Paul Heyman, like and Seth Rollins, like running like the show. They could shape the uh, the future of the Red brand for good. But what are your thoughts on to this alliance and this faction between Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman? And do you think that we could see the likes of Becky's own? See Seth Rollins' own wife Becky join, and his student Nathan Frazier join this faction along with Braun Breaker. And if so, like when do you think they will join the Visionary? Which I'll say I wouldn't doubt that at all. And do you think Axiom would join his partner into this fray? I'll say that all depends. Like maybe he would, maybe he'll be asking some questions, and he's not gonna. And despite Nathan being this tag partner, like he's not going to be doing anything just in order to get some success and some attention that way, because it always ends up backfiring or even like coming back in any shape or form. But 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 yeah, let me know down in the comment section right down below. But I can just see, like now they mention it, and I'll say even if Axiom doesn't doesn't follow Nathan Fraser's idea, I think that we could still do what's his name, uh Nathan Fraser could turn heel and join Seth Rollins that way. But let me know down in the comment section right down below. I think that we got plenty of options to go to this direction, and and maybe that could be a good reason why Becky turned heel on the Lyra Valkyria, like along with them losing their tag titles and probably battling over for the women's Intercontinental Championship to make it uh, more relevant and must see and more entertaining and interesting. But also, what good turned the only thing good that turned out into this WrestleMania like 41 like is probably like this the number one on that list could possibly be like Seth Rollins turning heel and Paul Heyman both betraying CM Punk and Roman Reigns to align themselves with the Visionary. Something that was not really the original idea of what's going to be the outcome, which we would assume that it could be like Paul Heyman like joining CM Punk's side, like whether by choice or he had no choice or wherever the storyline could be. But but at first I was thinking like maybe like we could see Paul Heyman, which I did predict it on my predictions video, saying like at first I was thinking like maybe he'll join Punk like with him getting tired of him pushing him all around, and I thought that was gonna be like that like when started thinking like maybe it could be Seth Rollins that he's gonna be joining for. I thought like gonna he's gonna help CM Punk win, like with him. He's getting tired of Roman Reigns bossing him around. Then we can see CM Punk getting the win, but only for Paul Heyman to turn on him after the match. Then he have he'll give Seth Rollins a chair, attacks him with it, hits him with a curb stop, and then they close out the night like with Paul Heyman being Seth Rollins' wise man. But it was probably for the best the way they turned things around. But but moving on, we got Jay Cargill. You got some Jay Cargill news now, but it's about like it is is going. Well, it's about her going to forced to leave WWE because Triple H will give up on her, like says this veteran. And now we got a wrestling veteran is predicting what could be in the Storm's future if the head writer and the chief content officer like don't know what to do with her. And it says Jay Cargill is going to be a forced to walk out of WWE as he has said, like, and talked about like the reason he feels that Triple H will give up on her. Like Vince Russo spoke about the star on the WrestleMania post-show review, like with Dr. Chris Featherstone, like they talked about like how Jade Cargill would not be around for long and would be forced to leave because she is still making mistakes, like in the ring. Like he pointed out like some of her mistakes, like at the WrestleMania during her match against Naomi, and he explains Jade Cargill is not going to be around for long. Like I am a fan of Jade Cargill. Like I think like Jade looks like $1,000,000. No questions about it. Like like she looks like a star. Like she's not getting like the yeah she's not she she's not getting and now it and now for long like now like that ring now in that ring, she's not getting it like and now for as long as she's been doing this, like now you're going to have people saying if she's not gotten it by now, like there was a spot where this is WrestleMania now, like and she was literally waiting there like for 15 minutes in the corner like for Naomi. Like it was so bad, and if you notice it, bro, like Barrett had to cover her on color. Like that's how bad it was. It says right here, Russo like then went on to point out that Triple H was a wrestler, like, and those like in charge were wrestlers like as well. Their obster- observation like of Jay Cargill making such mistakes would mean that they would give up on the star. Like he talked about like how the star was working on remembering like all the spots, and that meant like that she was not a force during the match itself, he added. And like there were so many spots where like she a looked like a deer in the headlines. It says like and you could tell her and tell her mind like she's trying to remember the, all all these spots, and like when that happens, guys, like you lose that emotion, like you lose that emotion. Like these are wrestlers. Triple H is a wrestler. There's these are wrestlers you are talking about when they start seeing stuff like that, bro. I can, and I'll say, bro, like in very I'll say in like bro, like in in ridiculously surprising questions, like and you've been like there just as long as she has in unimpressed questions, like not going to get it, you're not going to get it. Like fans will like have to wait and see what's next for Jay Cargill at this time. And do you think that we could see Triple H give Jay Cargill the door? Like if like give her the door if she doesn't improve her talent, or if not already about to release her, or do you think that she's about is about to? Let me know in the comments. I don't think he's gonna release her for making a few mistakes during the match, because it's not like she does this often. Like maybe she still needs some. We needs to get she needs to continue her ring work. Like she there's something, yeah, that's nothing deniable that she's still a bit green in the ring, and and I think that she probably needs some a few more developments, but despite it, I think she's still doing pretty great. Like it's just that she's probably not having was not having the best night. Like even in the highly profile, high anticipated matches, like you still wouldn't wrestle at your best. Like, but still, you still wrestle like hardly a noticeable mistake, like in kind of a way, but. Oh, the only complaint is probably that the match didn't last a bit longer as it should. even though it's not necessarily thinking that everybody's not thinking that it's buried, like, and they really don't actually care about their women's roster. They actually do. He says that probably that's what it need to be for just the filler match, like on the card, for Jade Cargill getting revenge after getting attacked by Naomi. But next up, we got. But yeah, I hope that Jade Cargill did not get released, and hopefully that she sticks around in WWE in the foreseeable future. But yeah, I'm gonna let you guys decide that. But anyways, let's move.
Put wrestling on the TV. I mean, you.
Yes. Anyways, we got Jey Uso news. We got Jey Uso news next. Like as, oh no, we got some bloodline news next. As it says Alpha Jr. that Jey Uso, his cousin Jey Uso, and his other cousin, Jey Uso, and his other cousin Jacob Fatu were not the only bloodline family members to win championship gold. Excuse me for a moment.
I'm gonna be first player.
Okay.
Are you second player? I'm first player. No, I'm first player. That's our second.
Oh, excuse me.
I have no space. Does not mean that, did it? M-O-U-S-E. M-O-C-K-Y-A-U-S-E. The Mickey Mouse Clubhouse coming.
Okay, let's continue.
What the heck? Do we understand the game already in?
Oh, dang it. I forgot.
Because you put it in earlier and it didn't work.
Anyways, assassinators,
So you
it
don't
says
do nothing.
he got real life bloodline member Alpha Jr. has spoken about Jey Uso and Jacob Fatu winning their respective championships at WrestleMania 41. The star answered some questions.
That's not Jey Uso.
That's his cousin Roman.
No. Roman.
Yeah.
I'm not singing the song.
Just me, Uso. Anyway, senior editor Bill Pritchard. Bill Apter of Sportskeeda. I'm thinking of what's his name over at WrestleZone, right? When it's a totally different Bill. But anyways, Sportskeeda spoke with Alpha Jr. to ask him a few questions. The star answered and talked about Jey Uso, and Jacob Fatu winning big at WrestleMania, which was at night one, by the way. But anyways, while Jey Uso won the World Heavyweight Championship, but Jacob Fatu walked out as the United States Championship on the same night. He also said that he and Noah had won the tag team titles at Knox Pro, leading to everyone having a good weekend. Wow, I'll say It must. If you were a bloodline member, it seemed like you were very lucky, except for Roman Reigns, unfortunately, on that night on Saturday, of course, at WrestleMania, because he not only lost the match, he lost his own wise man because he stabbed him right in the back, right when he looked like about to help him beat Seth Rollins, after he beat CM Punk with the chair. But
Julian, you do everything and put it on 4 players, and Jay will be on my team.
Okay.
Put him on my team. I want to be John Cena. John Cena? It is? I'm going to be Uncle Will. I'll be John Cena. Oh, do you want to be Julian? No, I want to be John Cena. Because War Games.
Yeah. Okay, let's continue. He says it's about time, like in very amazed questions. It was a huge night. I mean, weekend. I mean, it was a huge. Okay, I'm a boy. Where's Where's Mr. Jonathan Cena?
How about boys versus girls? Are you? Can you do boys versus girls?
Anyways, assassinators.
So you put some girls on here.
Is that right here?
Yes.
Like it was a huge weekend for the Samoan family, like for the bloodline in Vegas. This week, like with Jay taking home the world heavyweight title. Also with Jacob being bringing home the U.S. championship or U.S. title. Like also myself and Noah, we won the tag team cup like the Wild Samoan Tag Team Cup like over the Knox Pro weekend. So we had a great weekend at Las Vegas this weekend. Like
Girls. Yeah. No, do not. Yes. 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 It's good. Julian, look.
but it says right here. Yeah. I see.
They put boys versus girls. I'm a John Cena. I mean The Rock.
And then Trey Johnson. Okay.
Yeah, I'm John Cena. So Trey, don't mess it up. Wait.
But anyways, assassinators. It says he shared like that Rikishi was present and gave them the cup after their victory in the match. He further noted that the family was all present at the event, making it like even more memorable for everyone involved. And what are your thoughts on to this latest news of Alpha Junior? Like mentioned that he and his brother Noah won the Wild Samoans Cup tag team champions. Like, and what's your thoughts on this? And what are your thoughts onto that? Like, along with this, and the same weekend as Jay Uso and Jacob Fatu won their respective gold. Let me know down in the comment section right down below. Funny thing is, both Jay Uso and Jacob Fatu have the same last name. I mean, that's because both of their fathers are brothers, Rikishi and Sam Fatu, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so yeah, that makes them first cousins. Well, they're like how many cousins? Like third cousins, or something like that. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, they're technically like third cousins, like off of like third cousins with Jacob Fatu and Jey Uso. Because given that his father was one of the Wild Samoans, which was Rikishi's uncle, which is his mom's brother. The Wild Samoans was his mom's brother. So yeah. So yeah, but since I didn't know that until now, on the year, give all my congratulations, like of this latest news of what Mr. Alpha Junior of becoming championship gold in the exact same weekend as his cousins are. Hopefully there's going to be more success for him in his future, him and his brother Noah at this very fortunate time for the bloodline. Except for Roman, though. Roman Reigns probably had the worst of the nights at WrestleMania. Probably the most WrestleMania they probably wishes to forget. But moving on, we got what's wrong with my eye?
I don't see you. I think your eye's getting burned.
Yeah, a little.
Oh, I messed the girl up. Bam! I got it for you.
But anyways,
Oh yeah. You sit down, girl.
Anyways, WWE sends a message to Drew McIntyre.
Oh yeah.
WWE recently sent a hilarious message to the Scottish Warrior. This comes after WrestleMania 41 in Vegas on April 20, 2025, night 2, turned out to be a success for him because the former world heavyweight champion got a win from from his arch rival and fellow former world champion Damian Priest in a Sin City street fight. Like, and this highly anticipated bout, was like bout was the culmination of a year-long feud that ignited at WrestleMania 40. The Archer of Infamy cashed in his Money in the Bank contract on McIntyre, snatching the world title. Both men resorted to using steel steps like chairs, tables, and other weapons to inflict damages mid contest. The 39-year-old star even took a selfie with a weakened priest, Damian Priest, I should say, at ringside, and tweeted that he was still bored at work. That being said, Drew McIntyre defeated the former Judgment Day member in a brutal clash, and it says right here, early today, WWE posted a short clip above mentioned of a savage moment from the match and sent a 2-word message to the Scottish Warrior on X. Here you go. Here's
Yeah, we have more boys
this is what
coming in. One more boy coming in.
here's the post right here that Drew McIntyre, which it shows that the Scottish Warrior with they're giving a selfie to a weakening and a devastated priest, and with WWE with writing the caption "Never change," which that's true. Which hopefully that's the case for a while. But here's the video of it right here. You can watch when Drew McIntyre attacked Priest.
McIntyre's in control. And now he's almost McIntyre's brother. Oh, this is.
I did mention that, that Drew McIntyre did, borrowed his brother's phone to do a selfie, and posted on his X, which he did, which on the caption he said, "Still bored at work, LOL," which that's very rare to me. I would imitate Drew McIntyre. But anyways, let's continue. What are your thoughts onto this very funny viral clip and the post that Drew McIntyre did, that WWE hilariously reacted onto? But moving on, we got WWE. We got wrestling legend comments on Drew McIntyre's win at WrestleMania 41. And let me know in the comments below what you thought on that hilarious post, which I think that was extremely funny. And I can see where Drew McIntyre's coming from. This was just a throwaway feud that WWE just gave, and that was very funny. He sort of broke the fourth wall, but staying in character at the same time. But that's something that I've never seen a wrestler do. It's either they stick to character and make it work, or they just go off script and break the fourth wall and still make it work in some capacity. But Drew McIntyre, there's something special about him, but him just putting reality and kayfabe put together.
He better hit me. Go, John Cena. Go, John Cena.
Excuse me for a second.
Come on. Oh, yeah. Bubble. I need to go. Okay, boy. Hey, Dad. Choke slam. I did a choke slam today. I will. Watch this, Jayu. Choke slam. I'm really. Bang, bang, bang. Bang. Beating her up. But, am I down? There's only like 2 girls over here. I just saved you, Jayu. Thank you. No pressure. You take it. You take it. You take it. Oh, thanks, dude. Whoever you are, thank you. I don't. This is a boy, you silly. Yeah.
Okay, I'm back here, assassinated.
You want to play? Huh? What? You messed up.
Yeah, keep quiet, baby's about to go to sleep. Yes, you have to, Trey. Trey, you gotta let your baby brother sleep. You know. But anyways,
You know you do that.
Vince Russo recently offered his thoughts, like on the encounter between the Street King and the Scottish Warrior at the grandest stage of them all. Like the veteran revealed why he was stunned by the match's results in a video on Sportskeeda, like WrestleBinge's YouTube channel. The former WWE head writer claimed he found the outcome unbelievable, like, and especially given like Drew McIntyre's past booking, like Vince Russo suspected an injury that Damian Priest of an unconventional finish due to his shot.
Why is it not letting me jump?
And he said, "I was shocked, bro. Like this was my first loss. I could not believe they put Drew over yet. Yeah, okay, that's fine. I was shocked, bro. This was my first loss. I could not believe they put Drew over. They never ever like put Drew over. I was absolutely shocked to the point that I was like, is Damian Priest hurt? In very shocking question. I thought he was hurt or something with.
What is this?
Or something went Kabuski-ish, like in the finish. Like it will be interesting, like to see what the company has planned for the former world heavyweight champion after a massive win at Mania. And do you think this could be giving them an opportunity for a championship? Maybe even if it's a mid-card title, let me know in the comments. Hopefully we see him get like an opportunity for the United States Championship, but that's probably the only belt that he has yet to win, and that is the United States Championship. But let me know down in the comment section right down below on what your opinions on that. But yeah, if you ask me, I would say it's definitely going to be big plans. I hope they have Drew McIntyre winning. I think that they have something massive planned for him, and I was kind of stunned too. But at the same time, like it was probably only just a matter of time when he was going to get that win. But But yeah, again, yeah, congrats to my boy Drew. I was glad that he got the win. So because we need we need him to build him back up into a title picture, like no matter what division it's on. But I'm gonna let you guys to let me know in the comments. But in the meantime, I think he's gonna be in another feud, like probably in a non-title feud with a top baby face on SmackDown. Maybe it could be an LA Knight. Maybe it could be Andrade. Maybe it could be even who else that's like an over baby face, or even Ray Phoenix. I wouldn't mind if they put him into in a mid card feud. Yeah. But let's move on to the next slide. Like, and again, I wish the very best of luck for Drew McIntyre in his at this very time, like of this making this video.
Hey, bring it to me and see what happens.
Next up, we got
Bang! Bang! Oh my God!
Next up, we got a reason why, like, there's backstage unhappiness in WWE over recent announcement. Trey, what are you doing?
I just said you can play. Stop yelling.
Exactly. On the latest episode of the Wrestle Vote Radio, like on Wrestle Binge, like the upcoming Netflix documentary, like titled like WWE Unreal, was addressed. Like the documentary was announced over WrestleMania weekend, like, and it was revealed to be a program that will feature the backstage workings like of the sports entertainment juggernaut, including the creative process. According to Joey Votes, like in TC, like some veteran like names like and long tenured people within the company like with were uncomfortable like with the idea like exposing the wrestling business to this extent like not only this but others within the promotion like were also not too happy about the announcement of the documentary. And here's a sneak peek on Netflix's Twitter post right here on their X account. Let's play the video real quick of the
7 days a week, 365 days a year. This is a
which is I believe the commercial we saw before. Okay.
7 days a week, 365 days a year. This is a calculated, coordinated production. It's time. We're going to lift the curtain. What is the story of 2025? I won't put a rocket on your... Is everybody okay?
Everybody's good. Keep going.
Well, maybe this is also the name. See, yeah.
And this is exclusively on Netflix. If I am, I'm gonna have to do it after I do this last news story I got, and I promise I'll be done afterwards. But anyways, assassinators, like, what are your thoughts on to?
We have one more thing.
Yeah, I have one more story to talk about on the wrestling news, and I promise I'm gonna help you out with that. Yeah, once
Because Treyu
just decide to abandon you.
butt and not playing with me.
But do you think that's the reason why you assassinators like?
Cousin watches your videos.
Yeah, like, but yeah, what you assassinators think about this, and do you think it's because of this reason why they're unhappy, like with this I mean, or no, no, like what am I talking about? Or they're talking about like, is the like they're talking about like the rest of being and what, or should I say it like this? Like, and what do you think was the reason why they're unhappy backstage? And like, do you think it's because of
John Cena
like
kicked
a,
his
re- a, re- a
bottom.
like, and do you think it has anything to do with this documentary? Like, if they're not saying anything that's true that goes on backstage, or not fully being honest on onto the documentary, or what are your opinions? Let me know down in the comments down below. But we got the real reason why there's such a heavy criticism for the WWE Unveiled series that's going to be exclusively on Netflix. Like there has been like a considerably one-sided level of backlash towards WWE Unreal, especially on X. The general response like seems to be like that there's no need to go further behind the scenes, like to the level like where the inner works like of WWE creative
Look,
like
Julian.
has been revealed.
Look.
Yeah, that's like that's like some kind of a that's like some kind of a what's that called? Some cement, like purple cement
Hey,
in
Junior,
some capacity.
this child out here eating 2 days old macaroni. Is there something else he can eat? Did you give him a sandwich or something
No, I gave him macaroni.
today?
Yeah, today.
Oh, I thought that was 2 days old.
No, it's from today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's from today. You can eat it. I just made it like almost an hour ago. Yeah.
No, 2 minutes ago.
No, it was because I remember doing it right before I started doing my podcast. But anyways,
Yeah.
perhaps it was like 40 minutes. Yeah, it was 40 minutes ago. But anyways, like perhaps it could be a direct result of the fact that The Rock has time in again a broken character to let people know that wrestling is a work. Like just like he did when he appeared on Raw's Netflix premiere as himself, like and not playing the character of the final boss. Like this was apparent
Are you
again,
talking
like
about the Rock?
when he did a press conference. Yeah, I'm talking about The Rock. Yeah, like
That's the person
conference.
that played us.
Yeah, I know. I'm just talking about him on the news. Yeah, on the wrestling news because that's what
Because,
I normally do here on the podcast. After
because you have to
SmackDown
do
prior
it.
to Elimination Chamber 2025.
I found the
hmm
table that I was using yesterday.
Oh, really? Okay, good. But
Because I need it.
and once again, like on
So,
the Pat McAfee show, after WrestleMania 41, when responding like to Busted Open Radio's Dave the the Greca, like the Rock reiterated again like that it was all a work, and the reaction were not positive. Of course,
Julian,
obviously not. I heard from a I remember seeing from one of my fellow YouTubers. So like when Dave LaGreca was going off on everything that WWE did at WrestleMania,
I
which
made a
I'll say,
smiley
and the main
face.
event was a pretty failure and a disappointment. So I cannot blame Dave LaGreca onto that
Julian,
one.
look.
But excuse me for a second.
This is creepy.
Yeah,
This is creepy.
it was very frightening. Looked like it's like some kind of a creepy nerdy monster. But anyways,
That's a nutty monster.
but yeah, like I can't really blame the Busted Open Radio host
He's a
for
nut.
for showing his frustrations on what just happened. Like I tried to do it the best I
Got
could, and
bullied
at
so
that
much,
WrestleMania
he
41,
turned into a
but
monster.
but at the same time I couldn't deny the fact that the main event was a failure. Like
Uh,
instead of having The Rock like being an interference, like we end up getting Travis Scott. I mean, nothing against the rapper, but like even if he was gonna appear, they should have definitely had The Rock appearing on that night. But no, like for some
Yeah.
reason,
He
like
would have won.
they for some reason they didn't want to go that direction. Like they just wanted to do something that was barely
But
like needed. Like because the only thing that good about Travis
can you
Scott
give
making
me
an opponent.
water?
Yeah, one moment. But The only thing good about Travis Scott like being out there is Cody Rhodes getting his receipts by him slapping him hard in the eruption of his eardrum when he hit him with the crossroads directly face first right into the mat, like when he hit him with the maneuver.
That can make your ears bleed.
I'll say maybe, like maybe his ears was bleeding, if not his nose was. Like if he, depending on what body part he hit him hard with, which hopefully that was satisfying, though of course.
Hopefully it
And
wasn't
and Bubba
nose.
and Bubba Ray probably is probably satisfied of seeing that, like too. Like he finally got his receipt because he didn't have to worry about running into him in the airport and probably threw him right to a table with his with Devon, which that'll be pretty funny. Like get the tables, but
The tables
and then
break his bones.
and then yeah, and Devon about testify. But anyways, but it has less to do with fans being unaware, like of the show being a work, like based on the reaction, like to young fans who went viral, like young or just that young fan in particular that went viral in Brussels, Belgium, like which was a John Cena fan, like calling him out, even children seem to be aware of the scripted nature of wrestling programming. Like with that being said,
Children can
like
do wrestling.
like what they're saying is they understand the what like the what's called the scripted nature, like the stage nature of the product of
And
wrestling.
they also can play wrestling.
Yeah, on video games or action figures.
No,
I mean,
they can really do it.
they can really do it. Like they just need to go to a certain wrestling school to get them ready for, like if they if they make a career out of that. Yeah, but anyways,
They go wrestling. They'll win.
but programming. With that said, like the entire idea behind the criticism is that wrestling by nature is meant to temporarily suspend one's belief of everything real. And it says it isn't like, and this is what and this is what's been stated, like it isn't like that, like the Stanford based promotion like hasn't done behind the scenes, like before WWE 24 was a great example of behind the scenes like happenings, like the certain superstars like and events, like and breaking ground was a highly acclaimed show that followed the up and comers like in NXT and the struggle to make it big. However, the premise like of such content was to tell stories of the human beings of the human beings behind the the characters and their journeys, rather than exposing the fact that wrestling was scripted and predetermined. But what are your thoughts onto this criticism, like with the fans that yes, I'm almost done. I got one more to do. Like I just got done doing that last one. But but uh but what are your thoughts onto this criticism of fans like not being very happy about WrestleMania 41 and about the WWE with everybody in the management side of WWE revealing that wrestling's nothing more than just a fantasy land that's making that's nothing but a kayfabe fantasy land, which we the fans do not want to know that when they watch their wrestling. But But let me know down in the comment section right down below what your opinions onto that matter. But which I don't really blame them, like because it's very understandable where they're coming from. Like maybe they should like maybe they should have The Rock appear on WrestleMania. Maybe they shouldn't be talking about like how I talk about stuff is a work when we all know that. Like it's really obvious. Like especially considering like there's social media and sneak peek behind the scenes series of what happens like behind the curtain in the Titantron, I guess you could say. But yeah, like and I think like and just like my fellow YouTuber said, like and I'm not saying it because I'm saying this like out of respect or trying to copy everything he's saying, but it's just something I agree on. One thing about it, like and that was like maybe The Rock could have been more considerate on in understanding why Dave LaGreca went off and showed his displeasure of WrestleMania 41's Night 2 main event. Uh, yeah, like, and you could have just said like, yeah, that was our bad, like, and I'm sorry, like, maybe I should have got involved in the first place, and maybe like it would have been much more of a storytelling moment if I didn't got involved in the first place. If I'm not going to be even going to interfere in the match, that's the one thing I'm gonna agree with. Yeah, but no, he thinks he shouldn't apologize, which that's kind of I'll say what's that word
This bottom.
I'll say inconsiderate. I should say that's probably the best term to put. Like, yeah, that's kind of inconsiderate and self-centered of him for him to just put himself over before others. Like, and they're the ones that's actually paying tickets to go see the show and like expect something that's gonna be like electrifying because he's after all he's supposed to be the most electrifying man in all of professional wrestling. And again, there's nothing against The Rock or nothing. No, nothing to take away from him, but same time, like he should be understanding the fans' reasoning why, especially the ones that's actually talking sense about like why that they did not like this year's Mania. But anyways, I'm gonna end today's wrestling news video with the Street Profits, most specifically the man that your boy SNA was the main event of Mania with, Montez Ford, like promises violence in major WWE Championship match on SmackDown. Speaking of WWE Championship match, we really need to do a WWE Championship WrestleMania since it got ruined at WWE 2K24 at WrestleMania 40, like when that Beast Incarnation wrestler and the Bloodline had to get involved. But no worries, like your boy SNA is gonna get his moment with Montez Ford. Yeah. But anyways, enough about SNA, more about him. Like 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 the WWE superstar Montez Ford has shared like an interesting message like ahead of his major championship match scheduled for tonight's upcoming episode of Friday Night SmackDown. The show airs like later tonight, like in the Dickies Arena in Fort Worth, Texas. Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley of the Motor City Machine Guns challenged Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins of the Street Profits for their WWE Tag Team Championships, like on the go home edition of SmackDown before WrestleMania 41. The contest ended like in a DQ finish thanks to DIY's Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano took out both teams like on the April 25th episode of the Blue Brand. Like the Street Profits will put their titles on the line like against DIY and the Motor City Machine Guns in a TLC triple threat tag team match. And we
I'm making donuts.
and it says right here, heading into SmackDown, like heading into SmackDown, like Montez Ford took to his Instagram, counted the share the match like graphics, like the 34-year-old like the 34-year-old claimed that they would leave the battle as kings, like, and promised that would be violence. He writes, tonight the kings of the tag team division of the world will be crowned. Have mercy, Lord. This violence will be televised. TLC 2025. And he forgot one little detail, in that he and Angelo want to smoke.
Michelangelo.
No, Angelo Parker. But Montez Ford sends a heartfelt message to his wife and daughter, which we all know who his wife is. But anyways, before I get into that, I want to ask you this question: do you think this message will be well sent? Because if he and do you think he's going to retain the tag team champions alongside his partner Angelo Dawkins?
Next time.
I'm good for now. but yeah, but sorry about that. But yeah, but let me know down in the comment section right down below about that anyway. But yeah, but although Montez Ford did not wrestle on the grandest stage of them all, his wife Bianca.
Water?
Yeah, I'll give you some water. No problem.
Some water?
Yeah, sure, you too. And make sure to drink and not play with it. But anyways, it even though Montez Ford did not wrestle at the grand stage of the ball, his wife Bianca Belair was featured in the opening contest of night 2, where she faced off against Rhea Ripley and Women's World Champion Io Sky for the title. In a triple threat match, for the title, the EST of WWE made a special entrance before the bout, accompanied by her stepdaughter Megan. After the show, Montez Ford took to his Instagram and account to pin down an emotional message for Megan. You know,
of his face.
I'm so done. It made a very emotional message for Megan and Bianca. He praised the two, and expressed his love towards them. He
has Play-Doh
excuse me.
toys.
He writes on the caption, so proud and happy of these two. It's ridiculous. My daughter, who went on stage in front of over 60,000 fans, people in her first WrestleMania, and shocked and unbelievable explanations. Great job, Biggie. In very supportive explanations. My wife, who continues to raise the bar like no one else, in her league. It will never be another Bianca ever. The true GOAT. You ladies both can do and accomplish anything, and make me extremely happy every day with you two. No loss, disregard, no loss, disregard, didn't. Disregard, denial, or disrespect can knock the fact that I've already won at life. I won at life. So to my girls, who run, control the house, yes, the house scheduling moods, where we going, how we are going, what to eat. I love you, Dad. I love you, Dadzilla.
Godzilla.
That's what Montez Ford referred himself to his dollar. Yeah,
Godzilla.
yeah.
Hands in the. We definitely need that.
Bianca Belair did not show up on the Raw following WrestleMania. She might turn up on tonight's edition of the Blue Brand later on, and possibly also return to the storyline featuring Jade Cargill and Naomi. And how do you think it's going to transpire in that way?
Is this all of your podcast?
Yeah. Yes.
This is
on this episode on the video. Yeah,
This
on
is
this latest,
the
yeah,
only one.
only on one podcast. Yeah, but
One.
but yeah, yeah. But anyways, what?
Change the schedule into
But what are your thoughts?
one because you used to do two.
Well, I'm about to do another. I'm about to do another. I'm about to do another one, but this is gonna be later on tonight for SmackDown. I get to my SmackDown review video basically. But anyways, Assassinators, what are your thoughts on how do you think it's gonna transpire between Jade and transpire with Jade? Bianca being in the middle between Jade and Naomi, and which side who's she gonna be picking like into the storyline? Which I wouldn't be surprised if she actually did with the proceeding of caution of the new yellow light gimmick Naomi, because she loves to just proceed in caution, not go or go stop at a light when it's at yellow, because she is the yellow light. I'm done. We in Jimbo's eyes.
Jimbo.
Yeah.
Jimbo the Pimbo.
But anyways, let me know down in the comments about that. And what's your thoughts on Montez Ford showing some support of Bianca Belair having a WrestleMania moment with his daughter, like in an entrance, like having a moment with Bianca's entrance. And did you notice her to being being a special guest at as Bianca Belair's following entrance? Please leave your comment section. Please leave a comment right down below. But yeah, that'll be it. That'll be it for now, Assassinators. Like for the wildest and intriguing wrestling news stories and rumors that you Assassinators need to know. And here you go. And yeah, like it's stuck. Like okay, how unfortunate. But anyways, like it was. We got the wildest. That was all your wildest and intriguing wrestling news stories and rumors that you Assassinators need to know from I'll say the wrestling. I'll take the Sportskeeda Wrestling article. Let me know in the comments below what's your favorite news story on this list. If I had to pick one, like I'm trying to think what would be the perfect news story that would be my favorite. I'll say maybe this one right here, like with Montez Ford showing his support, showing his support to his wife and daughter, and also sending a message to his opponents of the Motor City Machine Guns and DIY alongside his partner Angelo Dawkins. Yeah, that's what.
I know what machine guns are.
Yeah, I figured so. But that's the name of this tag team on SmackDown. But anyway,
they're like they have a million bullets.
Yeah, I know. But anyways, who do you think is gonna win that match on tonight's edition of SmackDown? Well, he's not in the match, but I think he will make an appearance as the WWE's champion. I'm talking about the tag team version of the WWE champion. Like who's gonna win that match between the Street Profits, the Motion Machine Guns, and DIY? Let me all know in the comments. And
machine guns.
Maybe it could be, but some tells me it could be the Street Profits. But let me know in the comments below, anyways. But we're gonna. But yeah, but something just tells me this match entirely, but since it's gonna be a TLC match, it's gonna give it that vibe like the Hardy Brothers and the Dudley Boys and what's the name, Edge and Christian, like when they had their very infamous famous triple threat match, or their infamous triple threat TLC match back like over 25 years ago, if I'm mistaken. Or no, was it like 24 years ago? But yeah. I'm not sure if he will be on. I'm not sure if he'll be on tonight's SmackDown. I mean, he could, like, given the fact Roman Reigns is still a SmackDown wrestler, and since Roman Reigns has been making appearances on Raw, I wouldn't be surprised. But at the same time, I just don't know. They haven't made no announcements yet, but I think he could. Like, given the fact that, yeah, this feud looks like a Raw and SmackDown feud at the moment, until the draft will say otherwise, like, and they can be only exclusively on Raw or Smack, which that's going to be in May when they do have the draft. But I don't know, like, it's probably going to be like a maybe or like a maybe situation right now. But I hope that he does make an appearance. Seth Rollins, like, I'd say, especially with this interesting move with him being aligned with Paul Heyman, like as he decided to be his wise man, like over CM Punk and Roman Reigns, and And he also added Braun Breaker, like the tease that we could see a tag team match, like into this rivalry, down the road, probably in the next pay per view, probably a Backlash. And then this feud will probably continue, depending, like, no matter, like, what if they get what if they be drafted on Raw or SmackDown? I think this feud's gonna continue, and it's gonna probably turn into a War Games kind of situation, which I think like it's gonna be eventually we're gonna be seeing only a matter of time. We'll see plenty of members are gonna be joining the faction, and I wouldn't be surprised if Becky does join Seth Rollins' group.
Dude, can you get us water?
Okay, I'm getting it, but yeah, like I'll say if they do join Becky, I won't be surprised if they bring back AJ Lee, like for two reasons, like it's like with the way past due moment, and we also like for that for way past due for her being absent from WWE for 10 years, and also for the fact that she's the wife of CM Punk, so of course that she'll make the return, help out her husband and Roman Reigns. That's like a temporary ally, like just to take down this faction of Seth Rollins, and we could see. It's could lead into like Nathan Frazier could join like this faction, and then probably maybe Action, and then we need some allies from Roman Reigns and CM Punk, which could be the Usos that could join them, and this way it could turn into a War Games match later on this year at November. Yeah. But let me know all about that in the comment section right down below, that storyline alone. I'll say my second favorite has to go to like the faction, like with the teasers, like or who could be next in Paul, who's gonna be the next members of the faction between Paul Heyman and Seth Rollins as well. Like, yeah, but yeah, I guess that'll be it for now, Assassinators. Hopefully y'all have a magnificent Friday, and I'll see you guys later on tonight with some more SNA content. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, we're likely gonna be seeing the return of Aleister Black in WWE. Like since 2021, like in over 4 years, like since he left and joined AEW, and he's been going by the name Malachi Black. We could be seeing him tonight on SmackDown. Let me know down in the comments. Sound off in the comments. And how do you think they're gonna make his return? How are they gonna pull off his return? Is he gonna be fighting somebody in a match, or do you think he's gonna be appearing like into a promo segment and letting everybody in the W universe? I think regardless whether if he's gonna be in the match or not, he's gonna be on the microphone talking about he's back and he's gonna be here, staying here for a long time. Like, and yeah, he's gonna be like a lifer like The Rock this time, like. And like John Cena, he's gonna be like a guy that's probably gonna stick around since he's Triple H, one of Triple H's favorite wrestlers, since he was the head writer of NXT, and when he was pushing him to the moon, especially when his run as NXT champion, which was his only WWE title reign since his last run in WWE from like 2017 till 2021. Yeah, but yeah, I'll talk to you about that more later on tonight, and I'll let you know if it is the return of the anonymous man from Amsterdam, which is also known as the Dutch Destroyer. But yeah, y'all take care. Have an awesome and a safe Friday, and I'll see you guys later on this evening. Peace, and stay good to yourself, not to mention as well.